Yeah, really.
All right, so if you want to check the YouTube, make sure we got sound and audio, or
Okay.
audio and video. We should be good.
Okay. Yeah, really. I'm now going to refresh
All
my
right,
page
so if you
and
want to
see
check
if you.
the
Oh,
YouTube,
I can see
make sure we got
so
sound
clearly.
and
I,
audio, or
okay. I
audio
heard my
and
own
video.
voice.
We should be good.
That's so stupid.
I'm
now going to refresh my page.
All
Okay,
right,
I think
so
I
if you
think
want
we
to check
are
the
we are good
so clearly.
good after the testing.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard my own voice. It's good to go. That's so
I'm
stupid.
now going to refresh my page
Okay,
and
I think
see.
we are
So clearly.
good after the
Okay,
testing.
before we
Yeah,
start,
I
I have to say that this target is not designed by me. It's actually a target that is from
hold on.
future forecasting. Sorry?
Hold on.
Okay, before we start, I have to say that this target is not designed by me. It's actually a target that is from future forecasting.
I've
Sorry?
got multiple
Okay, before we start,
echoes.
I have to say that this
Yeah, I got
target
echoes. I
is not
have
designed by me. It's actually a target
Ah,
that
it
is
should
from
be my
future
problem.
forecasting.
I've
Sorry?
got multiple
But I believe I have turned
Yeah, I
off
got echoes.
all
I
my
have
sounds and speakers.
it should be my problem. I've got multiple
That's strange. Can you still hear echoes now?
Oh yeah,
All my
yeah, it's
sounds and speakers.
it should be my problem. I've got
That's
multiple
strange. Can you still hear echoes now?
yeah, I'm
All
still
my
hearing the echoes.
sounds and speakers. Wow. Give me a moment.
That's strange.
Can you still hear echoes now?
Yeah, I'm still hearing the echoes.
Sounds and speakers. Wow. Give me a moment. But I believe my speaker is off. How come you can still hear echoes?
I don't know. It's just
Give me a moment. But I believe my speaker is off. How come you can still hear echoes?
I don't know. It's just that
But I believe my speaker is maybe I'll try to log off and join later. How do you to see if anything if it works?
well. Let me see if I've got it up and running. Hold on.
Maybe I'll try to
Maybe it's
log
me.
off and join later. How do you to see
So
if
hold on.
anything if it works?
Yeah, it's me. It's me.
Uh,
Holy crap! I am so sorry. Yeah, so I had it pulled up, and that was because I wanted to transfer. So it was me. I didn't realize it was running. I'm sitting here frantically looking through all my stuff, and I realized I had a screen tucked off in the corner, all pulled up, ready to go. So we are good.
oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm sure that I turned off all the speakers on my side.
Yeah, it's so weird listening to that echo because it's just amazing. All right, so let's take a look at our
Uh-huh.
data.
Yeah. And for this week, our target is actually from Future Forecasting Group. It's a target designed by Dick Elgar, a very prominent and famous remote viewer. And because that target, I find that very interesting and maybe important for many people. So I set it as a target and give it a different number and ask all the remote viewers to join and join this experiment and see if we can replicate their findings and results. And it turns out that yes, we are able to replicate their findings. And also I also noticed something very interesting after seeing Leora's submission. And we will also talk about that because this target is actually not a safe target. Because it is not a safe target, so they used something that is similar to ARV. That that is they try to direct remote viewers to a different set of pictures that is safe for viewers, that will not harm them psychologically. So it appears that Leora somehow break through this barrier and see beyond what what's behind the ARV pictures. So yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Okay, so this week our target number is 738687 dash 698323. And in future forecasting group, their target number is actually IV887-ES23. And I use that English alphabet and the number combination. I process it with ASCII encoding, then we get 738687-698323. So it's literally the same thing. Yeah, if you know how to what is the formula being used. Yeah, basically it's just take their target number and use ASCII encoding, then I get a new target number. So let's look at the first data from Dumbledore.
Okay. So this is Dumbledore.
And it's first we get some ideograms. I think yeah, 6 ideograms. First is man-made, hard, flat, and organic, soft, and soft mass, organic, soft, and horizontal line. Organic, solid, thin, organic, liquid, natural. So it's just a bunch of descriptors. But I would say, yeah, it's just low-level data, but most of them are actually relevant data to me if you know the identity of the target. So, but anyway, let's move on. And for second page, we got loud horn. That's actually a very key word. And broaden, hairy, warm, and curvature, wrap, organic smell. I don't know how to read that. Sicilian. And on the right hand side is AOL shutters, red, and also AOL chains, grass, and Sydney Opera. That's a good AOL, not the target, but a good description, metaphorically. And black coming out of ground, sharp. And below is black, flat, hard, heavy, horizontal, dark. Room temperature and slightly curvy. Chemical smell, Teslas. Size well, and LOL is man walking backwards. Yeah, just a bunch of random data here and there. Basically, up until this point, if you don't know the identity of target, you have no idea what Dumbledore is actually really describing.
He's
But I can say,
he's describing an opera that has men walking backwards that is
mm-hmm,
kind of smelly. So I mean, so far I'm right there with him. I like his data.
mm-hmm.
So that
It's actually not the target, but I would say good enough description for me because I know the identity of the target.
right.
Okay, so let's move on. And also we get another page of different descriptors like dark and different sounds and feels like grass enclosing over and also cold and shaking. Strong odor, fairly large. We also get red H, roots coming down from cavern top. Wheels, handheld grass, and AOL, all, or bat coming out from under. Also, white light, red dot inside, metal tool. And below, yeah, just another different set of descriptions. The last the next spontaneous image really caught my eye. Yeah, what do you think that is?
Looks like a sea anemone. I mean, it
What?
looks a sea anemone. So you notice the circular round the round shape along with the things going out looks like a sea anemone. But
Mm-hmm.
it also looks like you got the square on top. You've got the uh, maybe a crown.
Mm-hmm.
So that is kind of cool. Pouring water is a AOL clam.
Yeah.
Yes, he's got the C thing going too. So I mean, I'm not really sure what it is.
Yeah. We have no idea, but I know what that means. To me, that is a very important information, and that's why I think Dumbledore hit the target. Yeah, but not entirely, but good enough. Yeah, good enough hit.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll just leave it to your interpretation for now, just for now, because later you also know what the target is.
Right.
Okay, so next one is I believe it's from Leora, and she get like black box with stuff inside, and inside black box a tube with liquid, and one coming of tube attached to circles discs of different sizes stack up, bar holding tubes up, push buttons, and on left two switches on right, countdown check in middle, and two keys, one on left, one on right, black, blue, green, yellow, white, orange. It feels like a panel of sort with buttons and yeah, keyholes. That's just the impression I get from this description. And next we have white hot, heat and burns if touched. Yeah, that's the feeling she get
Okay. Where
when
were
she
you?
yeah,
Oh, there it is. White hot burns if touched. Okay. So it's
yeah,
got it's
and
got energy in it.
yes. And next we have got a figure, a person, looks like military people, um, and I don't know what's that word, walking around, and two with the keys. For
Several.
color, she get sorry.
It says several around. So there's several military.
Several around. Yeah, several around, several people. And for color, she get the impression like blue, black, green, red, yellow, white, orange. For shapes, she get rectangular circles and cylinder. Is it natural? No, it's not a natural environment. Man-made, yes. And mine's box, liquid, tubes, keys, disks, buttons, and switches. People, yes, many people, according to Leora's data. The next one is, yeah, it's really also very interesting. It's not the target, but I suspect that Leora saw through the AOL the ARV picture and have a direct contact with the site. So that's why she have had that impression. But I have no way to verify this part. And feeling is urgent. And basically, she described a bunch of people and in front of a large, like man-made technological structure or computer or panel. We just don't know. Maybe just an equipment, a big equipment. These people feels military, and also she sense that there are tubes everywhere around this structure, man-made environment. Also, she saw a countdown clock and push buttons here and there and switches here and there. Yeah.
So it looks like there's two keys required to turn this thing on. So she's looking
Uh
at
huh.
something that has two keys to turn it on. There's a countdown clock
Mhm.
and energy
Mhm.
involved. It almost looks like a reactor.
Yes, and also one thing that is worth noting is her her message to 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 me after the target. She said just 2 days ago, this one was weird for me. Felt too military, and feel like I was being watched by hundreds of eyes. Tell me we did not remove you a military bomb center, please.
Oh,
And
it's funny because we've
I
talked
told
about
her
this.
that nope, it's an ARV target which was designed to be safe for all viewers. Why is it designed to be safe? because the target could not be safe.
Right.
It's not a safe target. That's why we need to redesign it and make it a safe target for remote viewers to check it. But it appears that some people may have the talents to cross the barrier and see behind the curtain. I don't know. The target is not military, but I wouldn't be surprised that there are military events that is related to the real target.
Right. Right.
Okay, so next moving on, is Nina Kachina's data, and for sounds she get tiny, and textures is metallic, smooth, and shiny. For colors, she had red, silvery blue, black, yellow. For luminescence, she perceived that the target is glowing and electric, also energy and light. For dimensions, she described it as handheld object, rounded, curved, chunky, but with a heavy base. For man-made, and she also deduced that it's a man-made structure. This one is not a natural one; it's a man-made structure, and a replica of an ancient, maybe an Egyptian object that emits an energy, a light, and represents a power signal, a pictograph, hieroglyphic, but still, it feels that it feels modern. I have to say that before I saw Nina Kashina's data, I thought that Dumbledore won this week's remote viewing contest. But I have to admit that for Nina Kashina's data, her data in terms of signal to noise ratio, she really did quite well on this one. It's not a target, but very close. Yeah, very close to what I would expect remote viewers to see.
Right. So
Yeah,
it's basically good descriptors. I mean, the
yeah,
descriptors are good of what it is.
yeah. If I give her data a rating, it won't be in the 80 to 90 90 range, but probably at least 60 to 70. Yeah,
Right.
is good enough for me to consider it as a hit rather than a miss. So I would say for this week we had two winners. Yeah,
Nice.
one
Nice.
is Tom Riddle and the other is Nina Kachina. For as to Leora, I really don't know because there is no way to verify. Actually, the target is a future event that is about to happen. Yeah, but they use a ARV picture as a mask.
Right.
Okay, so moving on is your data. So can you tell us what you get from this session?
Yeah. So I got a large structure, older. There's water around it, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's in a park-like setting. This is a second set of data. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's a tourist or visited park-like
Mm-hmm.
setting, and then it's a series of uh, built-up areas. So
Mm-hmm.
structural and solid. So that was
Do you think it's a natural structure or a man-made
no, it's
structure?
a man-made structure. So,
Oh,
but
you
it's
believe it's a man-made structure?
yeah, but it was outside. It was blue skies. You had water
Mm-hmm.
nearby and in park-like settings. So it was
Mm-hmm.
a man-made structure. Yeah.
So it's a man-made structure in some natural environment that is uh, like an open space,
Yeah.
open area.
Yeah.
Okay. So your deduction is maybe the location is located in a park or something.
I figured it was either a statue or a building. I mean, it really
Mm-hmm.
felt like a building, and it felt like a very old building.
Mm-hmm.
And it had either a stream or a waterway nearby.
Mm-hmm.
So it had a nice organic smell to it, and there was um, yeah, it felt like a structure. I mean, kind of had all the structural attributes.
Do you perceive any? activities or events like human activities or human subjects or animals or whatever in,
Yeah,
in this target.
yeah, because it's kind of like a tourist area where people come to it. Now the thing is even though it has access to the inside, I didn't see a lot of people on the inside. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm assuming that it's outside only. Like I said, it really felt like a park structure where people would come up and take a look at it and visit it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, good. And anything else you want to say?
no, I really like all the different aspects of the data. Nina and Aura both had power,
Uh-huh.
and in fact, I think didn't Dumbledore have power too?
Nope. I don't believe that's what's written in his descriptors. But he did mention light. Yeah, white light.
Oh, he did. Yeah, there. So he's got a metal tool. He's got grass. He's got organic. He's got strong odor.
Mm-hmm.
Got a chemical smell. So yeah, it's interesting. I mean, like I said, his looks like it almost belongs in the ocean, and you know the rest of these look like land-based items. Like Aura's is land-based,
Mm-hmm.
and Nina's
Also
is
land-based.
very yeah land-based, and not only that, but it's a in something that's small. So
Uh-huh.
going to be interesting to see what this is.
And we have our last submission from Vanquish Evil.
Okay, let's take a look at that.
So it's a door and two big circles, big wheel, but metallic, and it feels orange and rusty. But also, she perceived that this target has a white background, but blocked off. That's all the data she get from this target number.
Huh? Two round wheels. It's kind of weird.
I would say her description contains some elements less relevant to the target. Okay. Before we do the target reveal, would you make your best guess what the target could look like?
So for
Yeah.
size,
After.
for
Mm-hmm.
size, I'm thinking it's smaller than a building, so it's definitely small.
Uh-huh. It's a
And
small building, small structure, and man-made.
I almost want to say it's a circular structure.
Uh-huh.
Um, it's got organic elements to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's rounded. It's organic elements to it.
Mm-hmm.
God, I almost want to say it's like a woven roof. Kind of. I don't know if I can describe this right, but is it like a tiki hut? Um, but that no, I think the tiki hut's an AOL. No, I'm going to go with a round circular structure that's smaller than a building, but still, I don't think it's an indoor. I don't think it's an indoor
You feel that
small
it's
item.
an outdoor environment.
Yeah, it's an outdoor environment. The organic smell is what's getting me because I mean it's the outside air smell that I'm getting, and
Okay. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So what do we got?
Okay. Now I'm going to pass the link to our Discord channel. You can check the test channel
Okay.
and
Um,
click the link. Remote viewing contest number 42.
is it in target data?
Oh, okay. I can put it down in the I can put it on the target data.
Okay, that's tasking. That's Denver. This is all the. These are all the. Vanquish evil. Target reveal. Civil unrest, outbreak of physical fighting. So is that the target?
Yes, this is a target, and this is the description used for the associated picture. Yeah, you can. Okay, I'll read it for everyone. This associated picture is designed by Dick Elgar. It's Thunderstorm, Solstice Ceremony, Funeral Woods, Terrapen, and the date is June 21st, 2025. If there is civil war, unrest, political violence between parties in the United States in the near future, then the viewer will perceive a bright sunrise with beams of sunlight coming from the northeast horizon through lunar paths. With thousands of people at the festival ceremony, the sun will reflect off mirrors held by participants at the solstice event. The viewer will hear guns sounding, bells ringing, and will see maidens dancing, birds being released from cages, and people tossing handfuls of wheat into the air, a celebration. If the US is peaceful in the near future, the sunrise will be obscured by clouds and rain. No one will see the sunrise. The stone monuments will appear dull and static. There will be wind. The sky will be quiet, with only a very few people present. The birds will remain caged. Those people will be intense, sheltered from wind and rain. The mood of the few people there will be disappointed and somber. And that below is the picture drew by Dick Elgar. And if you have time, you can click on the video, YouTube video, and see the whole explanation. Yeah, I think it will be fine to just play the YouTube video.
Okay.
Welcome, everybody. This is my target IV87-ES23, and I have a video.
Well, I have to say that I cannot hear anything they said. Can you hear what they said?
Let me see. Let me see if I can. I need to video capture, and then I need to audio capture that. So let me try something. Audio capture.
Well, if it's too hard for you or too technical, I'm fine without pulling that whole video. It's all right for me.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll let me. How do I put a link on this? Let me try one thing, and then I'll give up, and then we'll go on to the next. So let me go to audio capture. And let me start the video again.
Because it's all incorporated in the presentation.
Let me know if you can hear it.
So we can talk about it after.
No, I
I'll just
can't.
play the video, and then we can react to it.
How about now?
No sound at all. But I'm alright. I'm alright.
Are we heading for a?
You can, yeah. People, I'll just pass the link, leave the link here, and for those who are interested, they can chat it whenever they have got time.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And if you watch the whole video, you will see that almost all remote viewers on future forecasting group they depict similar scenario. They saw a bright sun and they see human activities. They heard sounds, and some of them also describes a flock of birds coming out of woods and flying. And if you check the messages between Dumbledore and Nina Kachina, you will see that they were talking about Batman. Yeah,
Batman.
her ALL is Batman or Superman.
Right.
And looking backwards on Dumbledore's data, you also see that in one of the ALLs, he specifically wrote Oz and the bat coming out from under. And also for the sound, you can also see that loud horn. It's the voices. And looking at the last picture, spontaneous picture, drawing from Dumbledore.
Right. I'm actually trying to pull up the Google document right now. Where did you post that Google document?
Oh, I'll just pass the link again to the Discord channel. It's alright. You can just check the.
Got it. I got it. Okay. There she is. All right. So we were looking at. So we're looking for, because it's. I actually nailed the target. I nailed the target. The target showed Civil War, yada yada yada. So yeah, I'm spot on. That's a sad thing. So sunny day, warm, smelled good. I didn't pick up any of the emotions. I didn't pick up any of the 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 other stuff too, but I was definitely on site. Software. See, the other thing is I don't see a lot. I'm looking at Dumble's stuff, and I don't see emotions. I don't see men captured in sacks. I don't see the noises. It's a glass, cold, shaking, strong odor. Roots coming down. Wow, and you know what? His picture is friggin' awesome. So, where is Nina's? This is Aura's. Yeah, I like Aura's. That's friggin' awesome. Oh, Aura. That's a scary, scary thought. And then this is Nina Kachina's glowing electric energy light, handheld object, curved structure, replica of an ancient. Okay, so that would be bright light. So what did he say about having the bright lights? What did Dick?
Well, if there is civil war, unrest, political violence between parties in the United States in the future, remote viewer will perceive a bright sunrise with beams of sunlight coming from the northeast horizon through the lunar pass.
Wow, that sucks.
So this is I would say it's an ARV target. Your remote viewers are not supposed to see behind it. Yeah, other than a safe image.
Yeah, no. Sacred pilgrimage at night, walking a long distance, slowly holding it, happy and peaceful, mature, quiet, calm, swampy. So she's got happy and peaceful. And
Well, it's your data, it's your target, not this one.
oh shit, you're right. I'm sitting there looking at it, going, "Wow, she nailed it." No, you're right. You're right. Okay, so that's pretty cool. That is amazing. Let me go back to the Dick Elguera target, because that is. Let me find it again. Okay, so the target is, if there's civil unrest, political violence, bright sunrise with beams of sunlight, thousands of people at the festive ceremony. Okay, solstice events, maidens dancing, yada yada yada. Clouds and rain. Cool. Disappointed and somber if it not an event. I'll have to pull up that Fauner stones. See where that's at. So that's going to be interesting. In fact, let's just Google Earth that real quick.
I don't think it's a real place. It's just something that is made up, but that looks like a Stonehenge or something.
Really? Okay.
I believe it's an imaginary place. This place that does not exist in real world.
You know, the funny thing is, if that's true, where it's just if it's just a simple imaginary place,
Uh-huh.
then that means we looked at an imaginary an imaginary place
Yes.
and got details of an imaginary event. Fauner.
Yes. And if you have got time to check the the video on future forecasting group, you will see that almost all remote viewers did the same thing. They either saw a huge sunrise and lots of human activities. Yeah, basically, what all the data points to the same direction, that there is going to be a civil war and unrest in the near future in the United States after the presidential election.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're gonna have a bunch of people doing stupid things. That's pretty much guaranteed. So, all right. Yeah, I don't know where this Fauner Stones Earth event thing is. So, Fauner Stones Solstice Ceremony, Fauner Woods, Terrapin. Huh. So, I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, my conclusion is that it seems that we are able to replicate the findings made by future forecasting group. Yeah, even though we use different target numbers. Yeah, because yeah, the intention is the same, so we get similar data.
Yeah.
And because we get similar data, it also appears that as long as remote viewing has some uh, predictive predictive power for the future, then something bad is going to happen. This is not guaranteed, but since we all know that remote viewing can be used for predicting the future, so yeah, it's one of the applications. So if we get like tens of thousands of remote viewers arriving at the same conclusion, then that's something we really need to think about.
Right, and that's one of the things that is really piques my interest is the fact that if we have a thousand people all looking at something, a target, a simple target, and then a thousand people are going to have bits and pieces of data that will all line up. We can literally Donner pass. We can literally draw conclusions off of massive amounts of data because, you know, the massive amounts of data will have things that stand out. And one of the things that stand out in our data, in fact, all the data was, you know, little bits and pieces like the power and the lights and the smell, the organic smell. It's just interesting. This is so this is called ARV, right? Where we had two choices.
Yes, and different outcome will correspond to different pictures.
Bonner Stone's Solstice Event, June 21, 2025. It would be interesting to see if this is an actual event that's going to take place in 2025. As far as I know that I got a feeling that this is an actual place where they have a kind of a fakey standing stone circle in an amphitheater. But I mean, I don't know. You might be right. Maybe it's just a made up place, and uh, but that would be interesting.
Well, I tried to Google it before, and I find nothing.
I
That's
know.
why I thought it's a made up place.
Right, and that's why I'm looking at Donner Pass and Donner Woods, and then I'm looking at the different stone circle areas, and I'm not seeing anything either. So it very well could be just a made up place, and but if it is, even if it is, it's okay because we got a lot of cool data.
Yeah,
You're
and
right.
what's
Dumbledore's
more what's
Dumbledore's
mhm.
data, the picture that he had was really cool because I mean it didn't show the blocks of stone, but it showed the circle in a block or a rectangle. So that that is really cool.
Yeah, that in my eyes looks really similar to a sun.
Yeah,
And for Lina Katrina's data is also the same.
yeah,
She drew it like a light source, but a man-made light source. But if you if you look at how it look how it's drawn, the way how it's drawn, I wouldn't be surprised that that's the impression she get from looking at the sun.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So I mean it's a replica of an ancient object that emits energy. I mean it definitely replicated an ancient object. So um, but Aura's data is the
I
funny thing.
I I I have I don't know what to say about her data. I yeah for ARV, as far as ARV concerned, Aura's data is a miss because she described nothing about about the about the target.
Right.
But looking at the content as described in her data, I have to suspect that it's possible that she saw behind, so she saw beyond the ARV target, and she had direct contact on site.
Right, and that's so. My
Yeah,
my impression on this is she is not looking at the target. She's looking at the result of the target.
yeah. It's possible that she was looking through the military actions that is taking place after the civil war or civil unrest or whatever. Yeah, because the government, the military, they are going to do something. If it really happens.
Right, right. I mean, yeah, it's what they do. That's their job, you know. So,
Mm.
but yeah,
And
that's kind of cool.
that's also a reason why I asked a question also in I believe in on the Discord. Yeah, I asked Leora that I actually feel that you did quite well this week, and it's possible that she saw through the veil and had directed with the target, and maybe some kind of like a bleed through bleed through phenomena, I guess. And
Yeah, yeah. That's exactly what I feel too. I mean, it's definitely a bleed through. She's seeing something that's part of the target, but not directly involved with the target. So yeah, she definitely nailed that. So that's really, I agree 100% on that. Me, on the other hand, I got the basic structure, I got the basic elements, and so I didn't do great, but hit, uh, I hit some aspects of it.
and I also asked similar questions to Dumbledore in a private message. I asked him if she had encountered anything like this, like the when you try to remove an ARV target, but you end up directly connecting to the site instead of the assigned picture. you were supposed to focus on. And it appears that people do have these kind of experiences sometimes. So in other words, ARV is not as safe as we thought it should be.
Right.
Because the reason why we use ARV instead of traditional DRV is because sometimes the target may not be safe for remote viewers. It may have some psychological impact and something negative. You may perceive it may be a very, very negative target. So if you want to prevent remote viewers from being harmed, then you design an ARV target, a different set of pictures for them to focus on.
Right.
But
And, and that's
if ARV doesn't, if it doesn't work, then I don't know how we can handle this type of targets.
well, that's the thing is the person that we assign the targets to have got to be able to. I mean, if they don't want to be around military targets, or if they don't want to be around targets with, like for dead or missing people, or
Mm-hmm.
events that are destructive, then we need to make sure that we have a way to filter out the people that would be
Yeah.
affected by this, because Aura is going to be a little bit sensitive to anything like that. So we got to keep her away
Mm.
from UFOs, and we got to keep her away from military
Mm.
aspects.
No, we don't want remote viewers to be traumatized.
No. So that's the thing is when we do these targets, we got to make sure that every aspect of the target is either acceptable, or
Mm-hmm.
we make a listing and say this has extreme emotions, because you know that if we see through the target on an ARV thing, if we see through it, then we can see what's behind it, and if it's extreme, it's gonna definitely affect people.
Mm-hmm.
So that is
So
really
mhm.
interesting.
Yeah, that's also what my conclusion after seeing Leora's reaction to it. Because I told her that it's a safe target, but she doesn't feel that way. She feel that she was being watched by hundreds of people.
Yeah, and that's pretty funny. Uh, God, what happened?
Well, okay, so I think we can move on to check your geolocation target and see who gets to hit it this time.
So on my geolocation target,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about that. So I had what I like to do is during the course of the week, I like to actually have people do the target, send me the data, and when they're all done with the data, I like them to talk with me about it and discuss what they see, and
Mm-hmm.
then I will immediately send them the data. So what I did is I first off was Nina
Mm-hmm.
is me and Nina would she sent me the data, I looked at it, and then I asked her questions. It's like, well, what do you see around you? I mean, you saw nocturnal creatures, amphibians, quiet, calm, swampy, boardwalk, all you see all this stuff, right? And I said, if you were in a timeline and I sent you way back in time, now take a look around you. And it was interesting because I had her go back in time to look at this target exactly at that place, and she described it perfectly. That she described the area perfectly uh, with exactly what would have been there a long time ago. Okay, so Nina's. We're going to start with Nina's summary. So, many life forms, women and children, sacred pilgrimage, walking long distance, holding hands, happy, peaceful, nature, quiet, calm, swampy, nocturnal creatures, amphibians, spirit, sacred site, visitors. So, these were the list of places: Sri Lanka, India, Japan, Asia, and the letter K. Okay, there's a nice, happy little picture. The funny thing about the happy little picture is there's an aspect there that is very relevant. I think. Who is this?
Oh, it's mine.
This is yours? I
Yes.
didn't see your name. Okay, so you're hearing voices, people activity, playful, having fun. So deduction, a beach, open environment, panoramic, small animals, remote area, not urban, light brown, sand soft, vegetation, and sunny and warm. You're gonna love. You're gonna love the results on that. So where do you think that is? Give me a just take a picture in your brain of the planet Earth and stick a pin somewhere.
I have no idea. Probably Middle East.
Okay, Middle East. That sounds good.
Uh-huh.
All right. So I am going to show you what where this is at, and then I'm going to show you. Uh, I'm going to show you exactly where this is. So let me pull up my Google Doc. Okay, I gotta get rid of all this crap. Target location. It is the target is a meteor in Antarctic. And
Oh,
this is,
okay.
as soon as I get this pulled up, I am gonna, there we go, Princess Elizabeth Antarctic Station. So copy and paste. So 4 people from this station,
Uh-huh.
they went out and found a meteor. So this is the Princess Elizabeth Antarctic Station. Now, if you go to target data, I'm going to drop this file
Uh-huh.
and see if you can grab this file and put it on my document. Upload a file.
Sure.
Uh-oh. Holy crap. Okay, let's try that again. So now we are gonna put that file on. Upload a file. Target meteor, open. It's still in use. Okay. I don't know why it's still in use. Let's see if I can just take a picture of it. Oh. Here it is. Okay. Now I can download it. Alright, so this, come on. Target data, upload file, open. So if you want to post this on your document.
Uh-huh.
So 4 people came out of the Elizabeth Antarctic Station, and their job was to look all around this place, and their job was to find a meteor or meteors. So if you go for if you just do a quick Google search for this Antarctic meteor, it's a 17-pound meteor that they located. And the thing about it is, it was really interesting because a long time ago, a rock came into the atmosphere and blew up. And I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, okay. So the thing is that's called a chondrite. and it's a particular type of meteor that is floating around and that fell to Earth. So a large rock came into our atmosphere, blew up, and this thing fell onto the ice and is now being exposed. So they're driving around and they found it and they knew it was a meteor, and they took it back, and you can see wide open snowfield,
Mm-hmm.
and that rock was sitting right out in the open to where they could find it. It's just so fascinating, but there is nothing there. And they were basically living out in the field, living out on this snow ice pack. You can see they had the 4 machines, and they were just literally looking for meteors and trying to find, you know, any rocks that came from space. So the target was that particular rock, and the location. Let's see. The location is right here by the Princess Elizabeth
Can you
Station.
can you pass the link to your that website?
Yep. Let me.
I would like to have that URL and the meteor picture displayed on my Google document.
Okay. Okay. There you go. So that's just one of many articles that talk about this meteor. There's a whole bunch of articles out there talking about that particular meteor, from, I mean, Live Science, CNN.com. Here's videos of how they find them. And in fact, there's a Martian meteor discovered in the Antarctic. But this is specifically a 17-pound meteorite in Antarctica, and it was specifically that particular one was my target. Now, if you look at Nina's data, let's go back to Nina's data here.
Oh, yeah, I can see that is a very good description. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, well, and Dumbledore's too. So Nina's data was talking about the calm, swampy area, nocturnal creatures and amphibians. So that part of Antarctica used to be a forest. It used to be a swamp and warm, and it used to have dinosaurs. And that's when I told her I wanted her to go back and take a look at it. She literally said it's a swamp. It was a swampy area. There was large creatures and small creatures and a small furry mammal that was running around in there. And she's right. In that part of Antarctica, at one time, it was warm and it had a forest and it had swamps. But currently, no. Currently, it's open environment. It's hostile. It's cold as hell, and it's very few animals. Well, no animals, or very few animals far away. So
Mm-hmm.
it was really interesting to talk to Nina about her her view, just
Yes.
because of that. She was able to go back and tell me what was there before. You know, her thing now is, her data now was definitely wrong.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Nina's and Dumbledore's remote viewing capabilities.
Well, I think one of the things about Nina's also, she said there's something about females. So the Antarctic station is named after a female, and there are 2 females on that team that's surrounding the rock. So the date, you know, that first picture of the rock being surrounded by 2 people. Let's see if I can pull it up. This one. 2 of these are girls, and so you have the female station, and then you have the 2 female girls as part of the team that found the rock. She felt like there was females on this, and that just impressed the hell out of me. Oh wait, you didn't see that, did you? Shit. Well, anyways, the she did really good. The data was really amazing as far as what she got and what she didn't get, and
Yes.
I was very happy with the results. So that really sucks. I can't believe I couldn't pull up that picture. But oh, there it is. That's one of them. So, all right. Well, shit, that was freaking awesome. Your target was sad.
Uh, I would say, uh, there everything has a silver lining. Yeah. The good news is we are able to at least we proved that we are able to uh somehow replicate verify other remote viewers findings. Yeah, and have had similar conclusions.
Hey, Dumbledore said he's on page 3. He saw the Stonehenge. So let's look at page 3.
Oh, because it's too much data. I may have missed that. Page 3.
Where is page 3? That's where is page
Is
3?
it page 3 or page 4? Because I I think Dumbledore didn't start from page 1. Page 1 is missing from 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 what I from what I have seen on target data.
PR smoke around the tunnel.
Stonehenge. Stonehenge. No, not on page 4. I'll look through the page 3 again.
Huh, I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. Black coming out of the ground. Oh.
That's so obvious. I missed that. I totally missed that.
We missed data that was sitting there staring at us. Black coming out of the ground. Sure. Wow.
Yeah, the formation of the rocks
Yes. Yeah.
looks exactly like that of Dick Elguy's drawings.
Oh my god. That
It's
is
literally the same.
that is
Literally
so
the
funny.
same formation.
Yeah. That is awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, black something coming out of ground and it feels sharp.
Okay. Hold on. I'm going to pull up the Dick Elgara picture so we can.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, that's
I'm kind of thinking that Dumbledore took the contest this week. I mean,
well, if we put these findings into consideration, yeah, definitely Dumbledore has more hits than Nina for our practice target.
Yeah.
But I would say Nina's data is also pretty awesome.
It is. Both Nina's is very awesome. Okay. Oh my god. It's even got pointy ends on the picture. Wow. Son of a monkey's uncle. God, that's friggin' funny. And we've both missed that.
And the interesting thing is, no remote viewers have any idea how he or she managed to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no explanation.
Yeah, we somehow just magically come up with these descriptors and pictographs, and suddenly we can see the connection with the target.
Yep.
And no one knows why.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing is we're not able to explain away how this actually works.
Yeah, so far we are almost we are almost like walking in the darkness. We only know that this works, but no one knows why it works.
Right, exactly. So
Okay, so Yeah, as usual, I'll transfer to you the price in our ZPC tokens and through the blockchain, and you'll find ways to deliver it to Dumbledore.
Yeah, and you saw in my Discord, I'm starting to set up the tip jar, and I'm trying to figure that one out. And I'll yeah.
Well, if you want to set up TJAR, it's actually quite simple on my side. I basically just set up different product lines on Coinbase Commerce, my Coinbase Commerce account, and for the wallet address, I just type in the what I just copy and paste, replace the wallet address with that of yours or that of Dumbledore's or that of Nina's. Yeah, as
Right,
long as they have a blockchain wallet like MetaMask.
right, and
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
very
thing.
simple on my end.
Right, we'll get that set up at some point, and we'll make it so it's all click and drop. So it's going to be a lot easier here in the future. I'm really hoping to get it all set up, and we'll just click.
Mm-hmm.
Until I do, we'll keep going with what we got.
Yeah, and it's all right for us to just be like this for now because we haven't scaled our business. So yeah, keeping it simple is fine.
Yep, yep. That is awesome. I just that just blows me away.
Okay, so and another thing I would like to tell you is that well, even though we know that remote viewing data uh does not in any way uh that says that certain scenarios or events will definitely happen in the future. But since many people arrive at the same conclusion with regard to this target, then yeah, because I don't live in the U.S., so it probably will have no effect on my side. But I know that you and Yora both live in the United States, and yeah, seeing stuff like this, and I would suggest that maybe you have to be at least mentally prepared. Yeah, I'm not asking people in the United States to pack their stuff and move somewhere else, but at least you have to be prepared for the worst, just in case something bad happens.
Well, that's the thing is general prep. Here in the Great Northwest where I live, we have probably every month they talk about the Great 9.0 that's going to come through. And just like all
Mm-hmm.
the, just like Japan and just like I think even Taiwan's got a pretty good. They've got a pretty good fault line that goes through it. We're actually expecting an earthquake for 9.0. So on top of all
Mm-hmm.
the civil unrest, we're going to get slammed with a massive earthquake. And I'm prepared. I've got water and food, and we'll last for. I got ducks, you know, lots of gas. I'm fine, you know, but there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be hurting. So, but you know, here in the U.S., we're used to crazy times and things burning and people unhappy because that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the fun. But yeah, we all prepare for eventualities like that. Well, at least a lot
Yeah.
of us do. I don't. Do you prepare? Do you guys prepare for events like this? I mean, what do you guys do in Taiwan? Do you have like dried foods and stuff that you buy, or do anything like that?
Actually, no,
Really?
no. We don't do. Most people, at least like 99% of people, as far as I know, we don't do these kind of uh
So,
prevention measurements.
what's your basic food that you eat? I mean, if you were to pick one food that you eat the most of, what would it be?
Instant noodles.
So you don't have a stockpile of instant noodles? You don't have like a big case of them that's stashed in a cupboard?
Nope. when I need it, I just go to the convenience store that's right under my the apartment I live in, and I can just get it.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's just walking distance. I live in big cities.
All right. Let me show you something real quick. Let me see if I can pull it up. Golly. Uh, so even if you don't ever use it, uh, having this on hand,
Oh, dehydrating food.
yeah, it's just I I get apples all the time and I dehydrate them. And dehydrating, if you have an excess of something, then you dehydrate it and you can have it for later. Like my apples that I dehydrate, I buy a $20 bag of apples and then I turn them into little peels like what you see there, or little pieces like you see there. And now I've
Uh-huh.
got dehydrated apples that'll last for 6 months. Instead of them going
Wow.
bad. Yeah. So I love my dehydrated food, and it's real easy. And the best part is, when you're done dehydrating your big bulk of food, you put it in small packages that
Yes.
you can get. So you can do it with the oven, electric dehydrators. It's real easy. The main
Yeah.
thing
Easy to
is
pack.
the main thing is you'd never run out of the food. The food
Mm-hmm.
doesn't go bad, at least not for a
Mm-hmm.
while, and
Yes.
so you might want to think about doing that, because when
Well,
in time,
actually, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Because the other day, I had a private discussion with Dumbledore with regard to what we have seen all over the world recently. And yeah, from what I have heard from like Fireside and the future forecasting group, and also a bunch of people working in the media industry. It seems there's something very bad, and it's going to happen. We have no idea what exactly is that bad thing, but maybe it's war, maybe it's natural disaster. Yeah, lots of possibilities.
well,
And I also yeah, and I also mentioned that the key to our survival is decentralizing everything. Yeah, either your living place, your sources of income, your investment portfolio, your ways of communication, and yeah, stop like this and become as resilient as a cockroach that can even survive a meteor strike. Yeah.
right. Oh, and that's the thing is, we have a in 2009 we have a very large rock that's going to come between us and the moon. This is a
Mm-hmm.
very forget wars, forget riots, and forget all that crap. There's a large rock that's going to come between us and the moon within the
Mm-hmm.
satellite belt. So the satellites that orbit the Earth are X number of miles up. This rock, which is a huge rock, will come in between us and the satellites. Now, if it misses, life is great. If it hits, life is bad.
Yeah.
Even if it misses, though, there's still little rocks
Uh-huh.
that are going to come into the atmosphere. Now,
Uh-huh.
if you have these little packages that you see on my screen, where it says 3 month food supply, they they're not real good, and they really don't look like that. But you open it up, you pour water on it, and you have food that you can eat. It's a simple.
Uh-huh.
This is a dehydrated uh, food that will last for 25 years. You throw it in a corner, and if nothing happens and the asteroid goes by, hey, guess what? You got food for 3 months. If the asteroid hits, hey, you got food for 3 months. So, and
Have you tried any of these?
yeah, I have, and they do not look like that. They take all the moisture out of the food, and
Uh-huh.
it it really isn't. It's not a really good. I mean, it's not what you think it would taste like. So, but but the fruit tastes fantastic, and the the food will keep you alive. It's not the greatest. So, and
Uh-huh.
you need 2,000 calories a day. you can get 2,000 calories a day. It's
Uh-huh.
it's pretty good. So I mean, there's a lot of different companies that sell the dehydrated food or the freeze dried food where they freeze it and then they dry it, and all you got to do is add water, and you can buy it all over the place. And
Mm-hmm.
building your own little stash is never a bad thing. Here in the Northwest, I highly recommend it because once the big 9.0 earthquake rolls around, I will lose access for at least 6 months to any outside services. I'll lose power. I'll lose food. There will be no food here. And but
So being in a remote area has made you mentally prepared for
ex-
this kind of
exactly,
stuff.
exactly.
Wow, because in because I live in urban area, I live in big cities. I don't make this kind of preparation because everything is just so handy. Yeah, when I need it, I just buy it.
And
Yeah.
that's exactly so. You guys have actually have actually got to a point now where you're relying on food coming into the big cities,
Yes.
and
And
you are
yeah,
totally
very
screwed. Totally
very
screwed.
dependent upon the supply chain and
Yeah,
all the transportation.
right. And that's what I'm saying is it. You need to walk outside and really take a look at what will happen if your supply chain is cut off, and it will get cut off either through war or natural
Mm-hmm.
catastrophe.
Mm-hmm.
And all it takes is just a little preparation, and you will be that much further ahead.
Oh, that is for sure. Because I will tell you, 99% of people in Taiwan, we don't think that way.
Really,
Because things are just so convenient. Yeah,
really,
whatever resources
you
is
guys,
it
you're a small island. I don't understand. How can you not plan ahead for a major catastrophe or even a tsunami? You guys are like prime target for a tsunami. Even how do you
uh-huh.
guys not plan for that?
I I don't know, but I will I because I know what people here think. So the only thing I can tell you is that almost like 99% of people we don't have this kind of preparations, and we don't think 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 that way and make any pre-measurements.
Wow, that blows me away. I
So
am.
yeah, in terms of the food supply, I only get like 3 to 5 days of food supply, and if it runs out, I have to go out and buy some more. Yeah,
I have two freezers, two full size freezers full of meat and food. It will
I only
last.
have yeah in our house I only have one refrigerator.
Well, listen.
Not the freezer, not the
Yeah,
freezer. It's just an ordinary size refrigerator that is enough for a 3 to 4 people house.
all right. Well, listen. If you have a big earthquake or a flood or tsunami or that meteor comes crashing down, then you are more than welcome to come eat my chickens and come to my house and have dried apples with me because I mean
Well,
I'll
I can tell you if that happens in Taiwan, most of people will be screwed because we are not mentally and physically prepared as you guys living in rural areas.
but don't you guys have I mean I just I would love to go out there and talk to people about how
I would just say that it's the key difference in yeah the key reason to this mentality is simply because Taiwan is such a convenient place. Whatever you need, you just pay the money and you get it.
wow
Yeah, it's
that
always the case. So people always assume that will be the case, and that's the reason why we are not prepared.
okay
Like every people is not prepared for big disaster, natural catastrophes or wars. Yeah.
that's well I'll tell you what give take a look at these the the prepackaged foods.
Uh-huh.
And there's some places that offer it really cheap, and they'll actually ship it to you. And just build yourself, literally build yourself a little. Take a 5 gallon bucket with a lid and build yourself a little storage thing that has food
Mhm.
that's been vacuum packed or dehydrated.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
I think I will take your suggestions seriously after seeing how you handle your how you prepare your life like this.
yeah, I mean, it. I prep for worst case scenarios, and
Yeah, I would say your lifestyle is kind of like an anti-fragile lifestyle.
well,
Whereas people in Taiwan, we all live a very fragile lifestyle. If something bad happens, then we all die.
well, how if you think about it, how long can you live without power?
uh, 1 week at most, probably.
Okay, we had our power shut off for 6 weeks, and I still had access to gas, which was, I drive a while and
Oh,
I can go get gas, but we had no power for 6 weeks. In those six
well,
weeks, we ate lots of food and we watched TV, and I did everything I wanted to do except I had no internet and I had no power from the outside. So
well, I
that's
can I can I can give you one information. That is, in terms of power outages in Taiwan, usually it won't last more than 3 days. Yeah, as far as I know,
right, and
no
that's
more than 3 days.
that's the scary thing. That's the scary thing is
Yeah,
because
everything gets fixed very soon. If you have
yeah,
water shortages, it gets fixed the next week. If
right.
you have power outages, then it gets fixed next week. Everything just being fixed within several days. So people always take it for granted, you know.
Wow, I would love to come over there. I would come over there and man, I'd make millions selling uh, this dehydrated food and stuff, preparing, just
No,
basic
no,
preparing.
I don't think that will happen. You will be bankrupt because no one here will buy your stuff.
Oh,
They don't believe in you.
oh, yeah, I'm a remote viewer. They'll believe everything I tell them.
They don't believe in your apocalypse theory.
Oh man, golly gee, I wow, that is amazing. I definitely want to revisit. I want to look at your. I want you to prep me up a bucket, and I want you to show it to me next week. And I want to see what you got in your bucket for emergency
Yeah.
supplies. I mean, you gotta have some basic food in there, buddy. I'm telling you.
I will show you some cookies and candies in yeah just in my drawer.
Oh wow! All right. Well, I will quit giving you a hard time on that because that is just too amazing. Too
Well, maybe
amazing.
it's part of the cultural differences.
It is. It is. I mean, and that's why I really want to look around because my grandma grew up in the middle of the. She grew up in the middle of the U.S. and she
Hmm.
was. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called the Dust Bowl. It's when the middle of the U.S. where all the food was made dried up, and farmers went bankrupt, and it was just terrible, terrible times. So my grandma grew up in the conditions where everything's gone to hell. We're gonna die, and she
Hmm.
she made do with what she had, and because she did that, she canned, she preserved food, and she did all that stuff. And I got to learn how to can and learn to preserve food.
Hmm.
And she really, really told me that no matter what happens, always make sure you're prepared. Just
Uh-huh.
basic prepared. So I want to stress to you what my grandma told me: be prepared.
Uh-huh.
Oh wow, yeah. So that's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
I think I actually feel that this could be a very interesting topic that we can talk about maybe some other day in the future. Yeah, because I believe most people in Taiwan or in mainland China, in Japan, yeah, we all share the same mentality. That is assuming everything will be normal. And yeah, we don't do these kind of preparations.
You guys, it just yeah, we definitely got to talk about that again.
Yeah, it's
And
an interesting topic.
the other thing
And
is maybe
mhm.
I'll see if I can find some links to help us through, because if that's the case, then we could link up with basic basic survival stuff. I mean,
Oh yeah,
not the
something like
expensive
an
stuff.
SOP.
Just
Yeah.
not even a bug out bag. It's just a simple. This is what you need for 3 days or 5 days worth of preparedness.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Because
that will be a good. Yeah, that will make a good video content
yeah,
for us to post. Even if it's not directly related to remote viewing, but the fact that our remote viewing data shows something negative is going to happen means that people indeed need this kind of knowledge. They
exactly.
need to be prepared and have access to this kind of information. So as long as there is such a need, then we yeah, we should give this kind of information and to the public and to those who may find it helpful.
Well, and the other thing we could do is, I mean, since we're active remote viewers, why can't we look ahead and see when we're going to get hit with a meteor? I mean, if it's within our lifetime. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. There's rocks that float around that hit. I mean, the Earth and the Moon. You look at the Moon, you can see all the meteor impact strikes. If we get a
Well, the problem is it's not something we can verify.
sure we
Yeah,
can.
for practice targets, we always want our targets to be verifiable
Right.
within our within a normal span of time frame. Like for example, the target for this week, even though it hasn't happened yet, but we expect that this can be verified in the near future. And how do we how do we how do we check who is the winner? Then we compare our data to our remote viewers, other remote viewers, and it seems that different groups of remote viewers all get similar data. So we can decide who is the winner and who didn't hit the target. Yeah.
Well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a. This will be for people who can handle extreme events. I'm going to set up a target pool. The target pools
Mm-hmm.
will consist of known events. These are events that
Mm-hmm.
I know will happen. They're verified and documented. We just don't know when. One of them's going to be the meteor that's coming in. The other one's going to be San Andreas Fault. The third one's going to
Well,
be there's a big fault line off of Japan coast, which is going to cause a tsunami, and the fourth one's going to be
there is another problem. It would be so front loaded that people will have difficulty remote viewing that because you just get a lots of castle building. Yeah,
right. But
so
it'll have to be framed in a way that the people don't know what the target is. But there's so many targets out there that will cause catastrophic events that are documented that I have a list. Holy crap, 3 pages
yeah.
long. So I'll set it up and we'll talk about it next week. But I mean, yeah, if you're anywhere near a coastline, buddy, you need to next week you have your bucket ready. And if you don't
Oh,
have one, if you don't have a bucket ready, I am sending you a bucket with basics in it. Oh my god.
okay, no worries. Anyways, speaking of the target, what are we going? Who is going to be the target assigner for next week? Yeah,
Uh, well, that's
I don't know. Maybe we just ask that question in the test channel and see who wants to propose anything for us to practice on.
yeah. Let's do that. Let's see if somebody wants to pop up and do that, because we had a lot of good responses from everybody as far as putting out good targets. Uh,
Yeah, this week I chose this target because I think it's quite important one and it's urgent in a sense because it wouldn't take long for us to check the results.
okay.
So
Yeah.
that's why I picked the target for this week. But next week I think it will be fine to let others just pick whatever target they want to view.
Yeah. And I'm not going to pick a target for this week because like I said, I would be picking a gloom and doom target, and everybody's gonna die. No, so so let's let somebody else do it. We'll talk about it in the Discord, and we'll have fun with it.
Yeah. Anyways, just make sure that when you test doom and gloom targets. Don't have people being front loaded. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
no,
don't want
I'm gonna try.
we don't want to see castles everywhere.
Yeah, I tell you, building castles is so much fun, but you know it's so wrong. So, well, that was a good target, man.
Yeah. Anyways, I really appreciate for everyone's participation. It has been 1.5 hours since we started our live stream. Yeah. Anyways, as usual, I'll see everyone next week. Have a good week.